What is up, geeks and gamers? This is your boy Q and QMG.
In case you didn't hear us the first time, what is going on, geeks and gamers? It is your boy Q.
Difficulty. We're back.
Woo!
What is up, geeks and gamers? Had to get that microphone plugged up. How you guys doing in the Geek Up universe? This is Into the Quniverse. Like I said,
This is your boy
Q and QMG. And we're bringing you guys everything geeky, gamey, and nerdy. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And like I always say, if you ain't got it, get it. And if you can't get it,
Then figure it out.
woo! So come on, QMG, go ahead. You go ahead and start off today while I sip my nectar.
Okay, we got a lot of stuff planned for you guys today. We got the gosh darn Birds of Prey we want to talk about. We got Q wants to talk to you guys about Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah, boy.
And what's going on with that?
Austin, appreciate you tuning in. Hey, let me know when you want in another car lobby. I want to run some matches with y'all, man.
And we also got our reactions and thoughts on the first ever look of Robert Pattinson as Batman in The Batman. So
Small tidbit. You guys let me know in the comments which Spider-Man do you think is the best Spider-Man? Is it Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, or Tom Holland? Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Personally, my favorite Spider-Man is and always will be Tobey Maguire, but I like Tom Holland. Andrew Garfield, not so much. Q?
So yeah, that's basically what we have for tonight. And as always, I just want to thank you. Me and Q want to thank you guys for tuning in on this Sunday night and basically chilling out with us and listening to what we got to say. It's very highly appreciated. So with that being said, as we all know, last weekend, Birds of Prey opened in theaters, rated R.
Yeah.
It's been going out, and people have been seeing it, raving about it, and everything. And it's been kind of mixed messages about the reception of Birds of Prey. While its box office is comparable to the John Wick movie franchises and several other movies that have been considered highly successful, there has been a large contingent of individuals from certain media outlets who have been trying to paint this as a failure, if you will, and that they would try to say that Birds of Prey is not a movie that is flopping, more or less. And even though there's been individuals who have been saying it's not as bad as what it's been given, as a person who has seen the movie, I know for a fact that it is far from a bad movie at all. It is completely far from a bad movie. It's very good. It's very much an exciting, high energy, high drama, high stakes superhero movie, and it can very beautifully shot, very excellently acted, in my opinion. And so I really, really love that movie. And it's just a lot of misinformation going on about this movie, and just
misinformation is what type of misinformation?
So it's virtually all of the main actors in the movie are women. It's an all-women superhero film with the major men actors in the film being the villains. Ewan McGregor as Black Mask and Chris Salvadino, I hope I said his last name correctly, as Victor Zsasz.
Dr. Zsasz, yep.
Victor, not Dr.
He's not Dr. Zsasz yet?
It's never been Dr. Zsasz.
Arkham Asylum, they called him Dr. Zsasz.
No,
it was not Mr. Zsasz. It was Dr. Zsasz.
You're thinking of that one sequence where
that was his name. Dr. Zsasz.
Let me finish. And it was never Dr. Zsasz. That was just
it was Dr. Zsasz.
He's misinforming you. It was never
Dr. Zsasz.
It was never Dr. Zsasz. But I digress. It was the Victor Zsasz and Black Mask are the main villains in the movie. So that's where people are trying to paint this film as being a feminist, a white feminist power trip because because of Harley Quinn being the quote unquote central character.
Yeah.
And they're trying to downplay the roles of the actresses Journey Bell and Rosie Perez, who played Black Canary, and Renee Montoya, respectively. And it's just a lot of misinformation going on about that. And it's as a straight black dude, it's just strong women kicking ass, taking names in Gotham, which is a garbage city, more or less, and they're dealing with those individuals. And it's not like it's trying to be anything other than it's not preachy. It's not trying to beat you over the head about anything. It's just women being women and just living their lives in the city, being strong and kicking ass, and not just being just punchlines or props. And that's something that's been bothering me. Another thing that's been heavily bothering me about this movie and how people are wishing to perceive it is the notion that this movie doesn't have the correct people trying to push it. Like recently, as of yesterday, there's been a hashtag called support BOP, reasons to support BOP. I apologize. And that hashtag was started by many fans who've seen Birds of Prey, and they were giving the reasons why other people who have not seen the movie should go and see it and give it a try.
Yes.
And there is this woman by the name of Grace.
Eddie, Alicia, appreciate y'all for tuning in.
There is this woman by the name of Grace Randolph.
Tabitha, thank you for tuning in.
Tabitha! Big money Tabitha. But there is this woman by the name of Grace Randolph who has more or less sabotaged or attempted to sabotage this movie in various ways. Without getting into too much, she was responsible for major plot points being flat-foot removed from the film. She was responsible for things that probably would have suited the film and reached out to a larger demographic. She basically saw to it as a white woman, purest of white women. She's not.
Janita, appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you. She's not lesbian. She's not a woman of color or anything. She's as white bread as Karen down the street. And she opted to speak on subjects and situations that does not apply to her, and it may have had a negative influence on the film, even though this is still the second weekend, and we still don't know what the full
appreciate your mail,
what the full shakeout of the film will be. As far as the production and the story goes, she more or less sabotaged it and openly admitted to sabotaging it. And when the reasons to support BOP hashtag dropped yesterday, she was trying to passively aggressively downplay it. She was trying to say, well, even though it's not helping the box office, I like the idea of it. And then the tweet later, she was voice saying that she would have worded it differently, such as reasons why Birds of Prey would have been a great movie, which isn't really a helpful hashtag because that's more or less trying to basically say, insinuating that the movie isn't good, even though a lot of people who've reviewed the movie in major outlets have spoken that, so that would have been seen as redundant. And it's just a lot of unwarranted negativity about this movie that's been fabricated, more or less, and being peddled throughout social media and news articles and such. And I just find it disheartening, to be quite honest, because women superhero movies don't come along that often. And the ones that we've had previous to Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel haven't been good because the people making them didn't have the proper tools and avenues to really make the movie good. And now we have movies like Wonder Woman, we have movies like Captain Marvel, and we have movies like Birds of Prey, and they're not being properly supported, and those movies have ranged from amazing to good at the very least. And even if you've disagreed with some of the things in Captain Marvel or Wonder Woman, I feel like there were things that they will be followed up on and expounded upon to soothe those problems in their future installments, Wonder Woman 84 and Captain Marvel 2 respectively. And I feel like, especially in this nerd sphere that I've seen and interacted with, there's always been this push for diversity and representation for people of color and women. But when the rubber hits the road, unless it comes from Disney, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, unless it comes from Disney, that energy isn't kept. And this is a very good example of it. And I just implore anyone out there who haven't seen Birds of Prey and get down with any comic book nerdy stuff, please take the time out to go see it at least once and just give it a chance. And I'm not saying that it'll knock your socks off, or it'll be a 10 out of 10 movie. But I very much will guarantee that you will highly enjoy it and will come out of it with positive thoughts about it. You have anything thoughts on what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just making sure you're done.
Yeah,
You good?
Yeah. Well, no,
I'm saying
just
you was getting kind of worked up, and I saw some tears in your eyes. So.
no.
All right, let me take a sip of this nectar real quick.
Please do.
So yes, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree that the warranted hate, so to speak, is definitely unwarranted. I haven't seen the movie myself, but I haven't heard. You thought it was great. Denise said she thought it was great.
Thank you.
I haven't seen it myself. Planning on going to see it, but I keep my ear to the streets, and I haven't heard a lot of hate from the people who've seen the movie or people who haven't let the critics persuade them. D-Man, appreciate you for tuning in.
What's up?
So that's a good thing. But like you said, even the smallest bit of unwarranted disrespect it hurts the movie. And it will be some people who will see that critic and not go see the movie. So it's hard when we need more representations of strong characters of different minorities that we don't usually get. We usually always get the strong jawline, blonde hair, blue eye guy. It's most of the time that rough around the edges, tall, dark, and handsome white guy. We get that. And to have more minorities and different walks of life play major roles as far as African American women, other ethnicities, other genders, other nationalities, other qualifications. It feels good to have that. It makes it a more realistic approach to life itself, and not just having what you would technically call the American dream character. But as we get more minorities, I feel like it's a better representation, and it only hurts us more when those characters don't get represented.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. My whole feelings on it is that it's just that a lot of the things it shouldn't and I shouldn't even have to specify about a feminist message or anything like that, because are people wanting them? Yeah,
are people wanting them to create new characters or change the original ones black?
It's
Can I take that one first? Let me take that one first. Because it goes into deeper. Let me take that one first.
I got this because I've been dealing with this all weekend. Let me take this.
All right.
Let me take this. No, that's not the reason why I've seen it, because anyone that has brought that up to me have been clout chasing. Because when it comes to comic book characters, I don't care what anyone will tell you. No character.
Ken, appreciate you for tuning in, man.
Thank you. Unless those characters are tied to unless the superhero character is tied to their nationality, to their race, then in theory any character can be any other character. That's not you definitely have the people who were upset that Black Canary is a black woman. It's such because that's really the major change made that's really one of the major change. Well, not necessarily black, but change them to a minority. You definitely have those individuals.
Yeah,
that's not the crux of it, because from what I've seen, those people were immediately shot down, thankfully, by the majority of, in this example, of Black Canary stands and fans who were familiar with the character and want to see the character done justice, and wasn't upset with Black Canary being a black woman. They wanted because they knew Journey was going to still have the spirit of Black Canary, which is the most important aspect of that. And the general problem is that it's just women. It's strong women in a movie,
definitely,
and it is like No, and don't get me wrong, there's been cases where it's been about race or it's been about the message, but neither of those problems exist in Birds of Prey. It's simply just...
Wow. How did that happen?
Ghosts! We have ghosts! There's ghosts in the Into the Universe studio, y'all. Do not be alarmed.
Oh my God.
That
goes into what I was going to say next.
Exactly. Call Ghostbusters. Have Ghostbusters on speed dial.
That goes exactly into what I was going to say.
Like that has exactly what that we have the ghost. But
yes.
no. It's more or less. It's just more or less women thriving, and people are upset about that because there's nothing in the movie. There's no pandering to race or pandering to any sort of marginalized group. It's just
But yeah,
it's no real. There's no pandering. There's no men are mad, evil, terrible douchebags. There's no none of that. It's just women thriving, fighting off assholes in Gotham, just living life, just doing that as you would do in a movie set in Batman City in a larger DCE universe with familiar DC female women characters. That's all that is.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that go into that. But like you're saying, there's a lot of people that don't like to see women strong characters. They can see one, like a Wonder Woman in one setting, but they want strong male characters surrounding that character. So when you have a movie predominantly strong female characters as Birds of Prey, it rubs people the wrong way because we live in a misogynist, male-dominated society. This is true. There's no questions to that. There's no hiding that. And there's 3 movies that come into my mind. Birds of Prey being one of them. Even though I haven't seen it, I understand the controversy going around with the movie, and obviously it's because they're strong women characters. Another movie that is a personal opinion of mine was not a bad movie, but I understand why it caught so much flack. Appreciate it. Swipe the hoodie. Yes, straight like that. Well, Ghostbusters, the 2016 Ghostbusters, all-female cast, which was pretty close to the vest of the original Ghostbusters. For everyone who's seen Ghostbusters 1, it wasn't that different. So for people, and that wasn't even one of the gripes, that it was the same movie. The gripe was it was poorly acted, was poorly shot, poorly done, which I don't believe was true.
It wasn't. It was simply because the fan base had convinced themselves that if another Ghostbusters was going to be made, it was going to be 3 with the surviving cast to continue that story,
which is now coming out with Ghostbusters,
which is that they've already poisoned the well on that.
And the third movie that comes to my mind that is a strong female-esque, but I don't know how everybody feels about this movie, but the new Ocean's 11 that had a strong Ocean's 8 that had a strong female cast. Anne Hathaway, Rihanna was in there, whole plethora of other female actors, and it bombed at the box office.
I wouldn't say it bombed. It
didn't do as good as the original Ocean's 8.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't say it bombed.
And how critically acclaimed was that? When Ocean's 8 came out, people were, oh man, star-studded male cast.
When Ocean's 8 came out, it
didn't do as good as Ocean's 8. And that just goes to my point.
That's a problem in and of itself because that's not the case. Because I do remember Ocean's 8 getting rave reviews. I do remember Ocean's 8 winning the box office, but it didn't maintain the lead. You know why? Because Ocean's 8 came out around the time of a certain movie. I don't know if you've heard of it.
The MCU will never see a black Spider-Man, but we do have arguably my second favorite Spider-Man of all time movie and his first favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, Into the Spider-Verse. Funny enough, I just watched that today. It is an amazing movie.
But back on the topic at hand, it didn't bomb. Ocean's 8 didn't bomb.
I didn't mean bomb, but I meant opposed to Ocean's 8.
But it couldn't do that because it came out around the time of Avengers Endgame. So there's only ever so much money it was going to make in that vacuum, and that's not a knock on itself. That's just the bad timing of it. So it's definitely was a good movie that I've seen a lot of people vouch for at the time and afterwards, and it definitely made a lot of money. But to go back to your Ghostbusters topic, that was I distinctively remember that being a turning point on how I look at franchises because I was just.
Yeah, that was blatant disrespect towards those actors.
That was blatant disrespect towards those actors, and I say this, and I completely mean it, and I know I'm not trying to disrespect Ghostbusters as a film franchise, but Ghostbusters 1 and 2 they're very well made fantasy movies, but they're not.
Don't shit on Ghostbusters.
I think people think of Ghostbusters like in the same vein as Episode 4, A New Hope. or any of the like Indiana Jones or any of those type of movies. I just think it's a very good, very well made fantasy movie, but nothing more, nothing less. And I understand nostalgia can be a hell of a drug, but it was just blatant sexism and misogyny, just calling a spade a spade. I remember sitting in that theater being very much enthralled in what I was seeing, very much liking what I was seeing, and very much wanting to see those specific Ghostbusters story continue. And
definitely.
And I was definitely upset when I heard that they were going to move on, rebooting again, and doing almost a safer route with children and bringing back some of the old
grandkids and stuff.
Yeah,
I was definitely disheartened at what I saw, how they did the Ghostbusters 2016 film with the female cast. I definitely felt very, very sick that this is what happens. But we've seen this before in movies. We've seen this before with minorities being cast as certain characters and women being cast as certain characters. It's been like this, so this isn't anything that is out of the norm. This isn't anything, but when you see it, it's like, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Once again, we were huge fans of the Ghostbuster 2016 movie, and it just showed us where we're at in film and filmography, that only way we can get gems like that is for it to be an indie movie. But if it's pushed anything as a serious film, pushed anything as a callback to older films, they get flack and they get hate and they get heat that's unwarranted. But back to Birds of Prey, I feel like we need movies like this, whether they bomb or not, because at the end of the day, great art is going to be understood as great art.
Yeah, and just going back to the reasons to support Birds of Prey hashtag that was popping. It trended number 7 worldwide yesterday, and even the director Kathy Yan, who before wasn't even on Twitter, social media like that before Birds of Prey, she hopped on to acknowledge it. And shout outs to Harley Quinn movie updates. I know them, and I know the leader of that whole situation who created the hashtag. It was amazing to see that all come to place and pop off like it did. So big ups. And for real, y'all, see Birds of Prey. It's very good. It's a very fantastic movie in my opinion. And I know that a lot of people will enjoy it. It is rated R, so y'all can't take you can take your kids, but
well, nowadays folks taking their kids to rated R all the time.
I'm saying it definitely earns its rated R rating. It's not rated R just for lights of it. Earns its rated R rating. But with that said, go out and see it.
Yes, definitely go see Birds of Prey. Definitely go see that. Before we go into our small side note, thanks you guys for tuning in. This is Into the Quniverse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I actually heard that. This is Into the Quniverse. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm QMG. You guys can like, share, and comment this video. Also, go to our Geeked Up Media Facebook page, as well as my Facebook page as you watching now. Thank you guys for tuning in. But yes, small sidebar. People are saying Sonic is good, even though you hate Sonic.
No, I've seen people say Sonic is bad.
I heard people say
it's not universally loved at all. Let's before you take that one comment and run with it.
I'm just saying. I've heard people say it's good though.
Let's be 100% certain. People have definitely, and from what I've seen of Sonic the Hedgehog, I can honestly say I'm glad I didn't pay money to see it.
I'm gonna go see it, but
it's definitely getting a mixed reaction.
Yes, mixed reaction. Definitely mixed.
It's definitely from what I've seen, and I've definitely seen people say that. You can definitely tell that the redesign definitely came at the expense of certain story beats, and that while they salvaged mostly all of Jim Carrey stuff. It was
people thought it was gonna be bomb, not get mixed reviews. Definitely.
Bomb. I don't know about that. Like as far as monetarily wise, it's still PG-13, and this is
also Sonic cussing.
No,
it's PG-13. I think
Sonic can absolutely still bomb because bomb is if it can make back its budget. And considering the fact that Sonic's budget has completely inflated because of the redesign, even though they lied and said that it wasn't, it's been revealed that it absolutely took as much time and money as initially feared.
And definitely, I agree back with you on a previous video where we talked about Sonic. A lot of those people who worked on Sonic, actually after that whole fiasco and everything, that whole team got liquidated. Yes. It's over with. They got fired.
Which is what I feared and assumed was going to happen because the internet loves to cap and pretend like they care, but not realize the work and effort and what would actually happen. in the event something
And
changed.
that was a horrible thing that happened. Those guys worked really hard, even after the fiasco of the original Sonic Face, and they had to crunch. And so we don't like to see things. Yes, we don't like to see things like that happen. Even though we discuss it and we have our own opinions about the process and how it happened, no one wants to see those guys lose their job, and they put out a good product that some people actually loved and liked. So.
Yeah, but in and of itself, it definitely was going to be. It definitely can still bomb. More than likely, will bomb because of its inflated budget and the fact that there's an upcoming Pixar movie coming out next weekend.
Yeah.
And that definitely is going to has the potential to win the weekend. Is that
the one with Tom Holland and Chris
Onward? Yes. Yeah. So just don't think this Sonic. I mean, it is what it is with Sonic, but don't get too excited just yet. But
now to get it win, I was gonna say for all of my Stranger Things fans, earlier this week, and in the later part of the week, a teaser for season 4 was dropped. For all my geeks and gamers who watch Stranger Things, I know you guys are a fan of Hopper. Spoiler alert, he was thought to be dead in season 3, but the season 4 trailer just confirmed everyone's theory that he did not die. He is back. Oh, I'm so hyped. That's one of my favorite shows of this decade. And I would love to see one of my favorite characters, David Harbour. He's a great actor. Going to be in Black Widow as the Red Guardian. So you guys go tune in for that. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely ready to see it. It's going to be hype. For all the guys who haven't seen Stranger Things, go watch Stranger Things on Netflix. All 3 seasons. It's awesome. It's awesome. Those kids know how to act their butt off. With that being said, we're going to go into the big topic and talk about a lot of things. Also early this week, we were teased with what, QMG?
Well, we finally saw the first look. Not complete look, because this is still a screen test and it's still very early, so a lot of things can change. But we saw what Robert Pattinson what he will more or less look like in the upcoming The Batman movie set for 2021. And also, yes, we heard some of the first bits of the score that will be in the Batman, and it's more or less been greeted with pretty good reception.
Did you like that score? I didn't.
I very much like the score. It definitely put me in the mind of Batman the animated series / some Arkham.
I might have to go listen to it again because I didn't really get that.
Just from the little bit of it, and I'm not saying that everybody had to be blown away by it, because, like I said, it's still like the beginning stages, and we don't even know if it'll make the final cut or be tweaked later on, because that is very logical. That's very much in the wheelhouse of these things this early on. But it is certainly, I was certainly enthused and ready to see what more of this. I was very excited, especially when they brought up the fact, and this has been prevalent since the beginning of the DCEU Batman, which we're still assuming is going to be just the same as that they took that Bruce melted down Joe Chill's gun and made it a part of the bat symbol. Later on in the more recent bat suit that Ben Affleck wears, it's under the bat symbol, but you can see that he took the pieces to make it the first bat symbol in his chest. And just the lighting and the atmosphere of it, Batmania is definitely going to be picking up fairly soon. Also, Jeffrey Wright, who will be playing Commissioner Gordon, he dropped a teaser of his own, 2 teasers, but he had to delete the second one because I'm pretty sure he was showing too much. But it was of the same thing, of what seems to be the prototype of the bat signal. So that was pretty hype. And more or less, we'll probably be seeing Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman pretty soon in a costume test. Overall,
yes, they said they had some shots of her actually. Well, she tweeted out that she had actually got to wear her suit.
Yeah, she has, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be coming up hopefully in the near future. But overall, I was over the moon about it, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they drop next.
I don't know if it's just me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If y'all seen Daredevil season 3. he looked like Bullseye. You know, when Bullseye had the mask on.
I didn't see
I
it.
got the feeling he kind of looked like Bullseye. I don't know if it's just Robert Pattinson's face structure, but he definitely looked like Bullseye. But I thought it was cool. The coolest part to me was the Joe Chill gun thing. The Joe Chill, his pieces of his gun were are part of the bat suit. Did I like how they implemented it into the suit? Not so much. I wish the whole gun would have covered the whole bat symbol. It's like just the two pieces of the barrel, like the top of the barrel where the hammer's at, right there. I wish it would have been the whole bat symbol, but I like it. He has like this hockey neck thing around his neck.
Yes.
It looks kind of cool, but I'm on the hype train. I'm a big fan of superhero movies in general, and it's not a lot that takes me to get hype about a movie. I swear, it's not a lot. And it's Batman, and I've been praising Robert Pattinson. I think he's going to do a good job from the get-go. So I don't think it's going to be that hard. The only way I can see me not liking this bat suit is if he has purple gloves. If he has purple gloves, I'm not gonna like the bat suit.
You can tell by the suit that he's not just gonna have some random ass purple glove.
Batman has had random ass purple gloves.
That's not what I said. I said if you buy the suit, you can tell by the suit that he's not.
You'll be surprised at what they do.
No,
that man has some purple Home Depot gloves punching a criminal in the face.
No, it's very much just by looking at it. It looks very much Arkham Knight / Arkham Origins.
So you think we're gonna get all black or gray and black?
Gray and black. I believe it'll be gray and black. I think this will be the grayest suit since Ben Affleck suit. I think that, and I do think that there might be some purple highlights elsewhere, but to tie it back to 0 year, because that is I've heard that that's going to be some of the inspiration for it. But I don't think that. I think that they're still, like I said earlier, they're still working out the kinks from it, and I'll be surprised if that's the final bat suit that we see in the movie. If that, and I think that there's still some more adjustments and tweaking to do.
So do you think we're gonna get the super power bat suit just for the fight against the villain, or this is gonna be his bat suit at the end and going into the next movie, the one that they expound upon?
I think whatever bat suits they introduce in the movie will be standard, because we still don't know who the main villain of the film, if there even will be a main villain, more or less, in the movie. But I do think that it'll be, whatever suit we get will be dynamic looking and dope. So yeah, and also,
if he got purple boots, purple gloves, even if he didn't have like black gloves and purple boots, I'm not buying them. I'm gonna hate him. I'm gonna hate that Batman.
Who do you keep getting his purple gloves from? Who? Please tell me.
The Dark Knight. It was an older comic book from the early 90s.
Literally, yes, his first appearance, he wore
that purple glove.
But again, looking at the bat suit, put
But I'm just saying, when they first started talking about him, they were talking about they might go and use some of those aspects, including a purple accent.
Okay,
like
but
I don't
based
want
off
no
of the
purple.
upper chest,
I don't even like the Batman with the gray and the dark blue boots. I don't even like that.
But where are you getting this? Like, how do you think that's
saying they can give us that?
How?
They can do it. It's a Batman.
Because you're talking as if like they're gonna get the purple latex gloves.
Exactly.
No, you're not. You're just saying exactly after me finishing it. Like, how are you getting?
He can do that. They can. They can.
Do you
know what colors he's gonna use?
Do you know how thematically it looks? Do you know how to put an outfit together, Quincy?
Yeah, I think
clearly you don't. You think they're gonna have the Batman in these military armor, and then he's just gonna have the purple.
So did you just not say that we couldn't have purple accented things? I don't want no purple on Batman. Period.
But you're not saying that initially. You're just
if he has purple accented gloves, I don't want it. If he has purple accented boots, come on, why would it? No, I can't have purple Batman. It's got to be black or gray. I don't even like the dark blue. The dark blue doesn't even seem like I see a Batman with gray and he got some big old blue Ugg boots.
Where are you getting these Ugg boots? They're not going to be putting Ugg boots or surgeon gloves on Batman. It's going to look militaristic, and the colors might have accents on those colors in.
Y'all mark my words. He's gonna have something purple. Yeah, it does. It does look like like we said, that Dark Knight, the new and they said they took a little inspiration from the New 52 also. So we haven't seen the bottom half, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some more inspiration one because we have some utility belts that are a lot more intricate, and we have some more minimalistic belts that Batman wears. So we're gonna see a lot. Just being a little facetious. Of course, I don't care if Batman's suit looks cool. I'll be the first to say if it's purple accented and it's cool. But I just don't see how you could do a purple glove Batman and it'd be cool because the purple glove Batman I seen suck.
Because you keep thinking it's the surgeon.
Yes, I'm getting scared. They scaring me.
No, it's not. Because they're not. Why are you getting up? Stop telling. Before we sign off, please get it out your heads, audience. Batman will not have all Ugg boots. He will not have surgeon.
Have we not had a Batman that had Ugg boots?
When?
In the parallel universe. Anyway, back.
No, he's not gonna have Ugg boots. He's not gonna have purple surgeon gloves. Quentin is
I like the suit from what I've seen. I like the suit. It's not too much. I like that his neck can move because we've had too many Batmans that you have to suspend your disbelief because they can't move their neck because the rubber cowl. He has an open cowl from what we've seen, and I like that. But yeah, all we can do is just move forward and see where they take it. I would like to see it was actually found out that the shots of Colin Farrell on set with his white hair is actually not the way his hair will be in the movie. He's actually going to have black hair. So that's cool because a lot of people were saying, oh, the Penguin doesn't have gray hair, he has black hair. But it really didn't matter. But he was just clarifying that will not be what he looks like. So we just gotta wait to see. I'm really want to see.
Thank you, but the suits you hate have the best stories, though.
What does that mean?
That means you hate.
What does that mean?
That means
it's so many people that say, "Oh, I love this story," but I never said I didn't like the story. It's just because I don't like the suit. Just saying.
No,
all right, exactly. But with that being said, because I would have wished a Ben Affleck suit was all black. I like my Batman suit all black. Yeah, he had great suits, but I would prefer them all black. And I liked his character as Batman, so that doesn't dictate if I like the story or not, if I don't like their suit.
Anywho.
Just saying. And I love Batman's New 52.
This has been Into the Universe.
No, we're not done. I don't know why this man would even think such a thing when we're still talking about the most iconic, the most electrifying superhero of all time, Batman. Even though he's not my favorite Spider-Man.
This has been Into the Universe.
Yeah, but y'all let us know what you guys think about those suits, man. Let us know. Let us know who you think is the best Batman and what is his best suit. Because Batman Beyond's up there.
And please for the love of God, y'all, don't think he's gonna be rocking Ugg boots and surgeon gloves.
You like the gray and black? Okay, I like the gray and black too, but I prefer the all black
with gray
accents,
with gray surgeon gloves
and gray Ugg boots.
Yeah.
If my Batman don't got them gray Uggs, then what we doing this for? If my Batman got on the gray Uggs, what are we all here for? What did we come to see the movie for? What kind of Uggs do you like your Batman to be in? You like him in those dark red Uggs? This has been Into the Hey guys, in the comments, let me know how y'all like, what kind of Uggs y'all like y'all Batman in. Let me know.
I've been trying to end this episode for like 50 years.
What kind of Uggs y'all like y'all Batman in? In the comments, let me know. But we got the gray and black Uggs. I like the all black Uggs. He like the purple Uggs.
This has been Into the Universe, y'all. This has been your boy QMG with
Actually, I do this. And with that being said, we're going to bring it back. Today was a short episode because I got to go cook some fish.
And then wear some purple. Then wear some brown, black Ugg boots.
The slides, the junts,
yeah.
The black Uggs, yeah, straight like that. But yes, I gotta go cook some fish. But next week we'll be back with a whole hour and 30 episode. So you guys tune in that because we're gonna be talking about a lot dealing with Disney Plus, dealing with Stranger Things, the state of the DCEU, and the state of the MCUU. Danita, I already know you're gonna tune in, so you ain't gotta worry about it.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Man, I already know you're gonna turn
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, double universe. But yes, you guys stay tuned in for that. We're gonna have an extra long episode just for you guys. Lynn, thank you for tuning in. Yes. Thank you guys. We'll be back next week. You already know how we do. Once again, we ain't got the soundboard, but we'll have it back next week. So we're gonna thug it on out. And I'm your boy Q,
and I am QMG.
And this was Into the Universe, where we bring you guys everything geeky, gaming, and nerdy. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Love, peace, and respect. Signing out. Peace.